Yeah, philosopher A.D. Jones, just want you to come and sit in class, but nothing that I say is true. I just want to give you a history lesson in this class. If you go back and look at history, and you see how they dominated. I mean, when I say they, I mean anybody that dominated, and the way they dominated is they had a mentality to dominate it. The whole goal was domination, and as far as domination, every tribe was different, every culture wasn't the same, everybody had their strengths and some had weaknesses and some only knew how to ravage, pillage, and maim, and some had spirituality and some had spirituality, but they wasn't the same, and they went to the same watering hole, but they had different names, and sometimes they switched tribal members and they exchanged frames, and they had kids and they created bonds, and those bonds created tribal connections, and the tribal connections created tribal songs, and now the mixing of the blood was on, and you got you tribal connections, and now they got a seed, so now you got a new tribe, and they need somebody to lead, and as they get them to lead, they give them new blessings. It's a combination of the religions and references, and the references they use will be forever be they folklore, so what they do in the present time is gonna determine how people read back on that folklore, so their future would be understood, and they would kind of be living like they folklore, but the folklore really ain't folklore, it's just they story. It's put in stories and it's told by mouth, and the folklore just get listened to, and they continue to get spreaded throughout they land from the north, east, south, and the west. Spread them cheek, then the folklore becomes fact in the present day, and as it's reoccurring in their minds, it's presently living in the present day, and in the future it never becomes the past, and they got something to reference. It's spread them cheek, literally stamped on their ass. Spread them cheek. What happens if a foreign invader comes in and they say, we don't like your folklore because you're doing too good? Them cheek, we wanna win, so we coming in. Them cheek, you wanna keep your folklore, you gon' have to fight, but we don't want no smoke. We just give you this Bible when we just want you to read and write. Spread them cheek. We just wanna give you some of this stuff we eating. It's like slobbery, it's thick but it's succulent, it's full of salt. Spread them cheek. I think you would like it. We'll exchange some of your girls for the season. Spread them cheek. We could do it up, we could sit and party. I like to smoke with you cause I smoke something, but spread them cheek. It ain't the same thing you smoke to get you lifted. It's something that I smoke that make me take what you got, and I know that you gifted, so go ahead and smoke this. Yeah, go ahead, yeah, just try it. It'll never be the same, I guarantee it. And as you smoke, go ahead and lie on these blankets, and when you get up, you gon' feel different, but just take it, you gon' get some things that probably make you shake. That's part of smoking this, so smoke it with me, and we'll get half-baked. And we'll get half because only you will get it. I ain't getting no half. All I'ma do is take half of what you got, and then I'ma take the other half and the little quarter of the half that you got. You already know I'm coming to get it, and I'm giving it to my staff. So we coming in your house, we taking your water, we taking your baths, and we taking all of your knowledge, and we taking all of your maths, and we don't give a fuck about your emotions, we don't give a fuck about your sad end. Let me get that. So that's what it do, and then we gon' bring our invader friends in, and our invader friends got friends too. So we all coming in to invade your lands, and we all coming in to invade too. Oh, they too strong over there. We can't get them. We gonna have to come with the missionaries. We gonna have to send the girls in there with the little fans out and says, hi. My name is Jennifer, and I want to come with you. Hi. Yes, I'll come jiggly. I'll come with my hair out, and I'll shake my head, and I'll shake the lights out, and I'll let you read the Bible with me. I'll teach you how to read it while you smell on my scalp. Hi. Yes. Hi. It's the influence. It's always the kryptonite. It's something different, but I don't understand why you looking at something that ain't even half tight of what you already got behind you, but evidently you have right. Because what happened is the vision got clouded, and you start focusing on your spirituality, and you start focusing on that scalp, and you start pounding that scalp, and you start liking that hold and pound on that scalp, and then you started meandering out out in. You start going to their caves and you start connecting and start teaching them, and you start revealing everything that was your folklore, and the shit became a shame. It became a shame, and that's how we became ass out in the game. And what happened is they start bringing in their strength. The niggas that sent them start coming in, and they brought their third string in, but their third string came in and they start taking over shit. They start knocking niggas down. They start colliding, and they start huffing niggas up, laying them on the ground. And niggas that was off in the woods with that scalp, they ain't making a sound. They actually fell in love, and that was part of the deal. And they got infatuated, so they joined the wrong side of the steel. And the shit start mixing. Now the scalp got pregnant. Now they got babies. Now they feeling committed. And now they got some Coptic niggas, and the Coptic niggas start teaching them niggas, and the Coptic niggas start allowing them niggas to get deified. But they had to get rid of their culture, and they had to get rid of their kingdom. But they denounced their kingdom. They didn't give it away. They just gave it to their next of kin so they could learn the secrets. And it just was an illusion to scheme you in, all because of that scalp. You little demon. You was stuck in your lust, and you Coptic ass nigga. You gave them everything, and everything they gave you, nigga, the culture had trust in you. They trust the ancestors wasn't with you when you was busting that nut in. They trusted you, but you bust on us, and they trusted you. Gave them everything when you busted, and that's when you created the mulatto situation, and the mulattoes became like, what the fuck? We didn't have a name then, but they trusted you. It started mixing that. Just started becoming uncarbon copy because we was the original, but it started became like carbon copies, but it was watered down. Then we start grafting them. Then other cultures came and start making the sound. They start taking the spirituality, they start taking the math, and the motherfucking Coptic niggas start teaching them language, and start teaching them astrology, and start teaching them the magic, and start teaching them how to become a god, deified. And once they on the pantheon, they created their own to mimic the pantheon that they put them on, and the pantheon was like dual. And they wanted to come, it was like, yo, in reverse right now, so you already know what it was, but I'ma unyule it. I'll be back to Egypt, and Egypt always ruling it. So I'm saying it right now, and that's the word. Egypt, nigga, word, bitch. You don't even know what that mean. That was hieroglyphic talk, nigga. It could be undone, nigga. We ruling forever, nigga. We always on the block, we gon' always be on the walls, nigga. Just want you to know 17,000 eternity. Now back to the story. It's back to the legions, because that's when the legions start coming in, because they start bringing their demons in through the gates of the spirituality of the Egyptians and the Nubians, and demons is locked in cages. They start using the melanated as an amplifier to bring their deities over, and they start bringing them over, and they start giving them bodies that you could see. And this demons is locked in cages. The people you see with the hammers and ruling on the side of the trees and on side of the buildings, and they got cartoons about them, and you start announcing them, and your kids start saying them. But that shit cut off. We knocked that shit down. The whole pantheon is cut off. But anyway, let me finish telling you the story. Then it start elevating, and they didn't have a letter H or they J, and so they mixed the two. And then you got Jesus, Serapis, Ptolemaic Jesus. And Jesus, now you start worshiping Who is you? And all the things you worship him on the cross, the crucified is saved. We gon' hold him up here, cause we crucified everything, and we got you stuck. You can't get off, but it's going back to the original. It's going back to the Egyptian. It's going back to the folklore. It's going back to the indigenous. They know what it is, but now it's undone, so they can't go back to the folklore or the indigenous. So what they do is they grab melanators that might have a connection, and they wait to find a connection. If you got star qualities, that means you got star qualities, then you got DEA, so they got the connection back to the original indigenous. So they grab you now, they put you under contract, and they gotta be in blood. Right now, they connected to the indigenous contract that you was originally on, and you don't even know the contracts that right now they on it, because you don't really know your folklore, but they do. So what they do is they harness the energy from the right now. They bring it in and now. They take you sign a contract, and now they got the indigenous wild, and they use it and they harness it. And with the symbolic symbols, they put it out. They can continue to harness it. They can profit from it, and it's all business. I ain't hating. They just figured out a system. So you need to use to figure out the system, and you need to start hating, and you need to start opening up. Right now they disconnect. You could open portals. like they do. They try to bring up Satan, but I talk to, not Satan, I talk to Lucifer all the time. He just tell me these motherfuckers is really out of their mind, the shit they ask me to do. I say go holler at Satan, that nigga might do it, cause to me he do this.
Satan and Pan got banned.
So that's basically what it's about. That's why you see the symbolism all around. That's why you see worshiping. You might say devil, you might say Lucifer, but they ain't the same.
Satan and Pan got banned.
Gotta get illuminated for your brain.
Bell got banned too.
That's basically what it is. So this is the lesson for today. Cash App, you already know.
Rich peasants.
Till next time, Philosopher 80 Jones.
Still gotta balance, stay not about.
That's the word.